Hi everybody! Hello, hello, hello! How are we doing? Happy Friday! We're here again. Please let me know in the comments if you can see me and hear me, because Craig has run off to play football and then the whole software thing disconnected. So I actually think I'm only streaming on YouTube right now, but I don't really know, to be honest. So please let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. I'm not muted, I don't think so. And at the very least, if I am here on YouTube, at least we can get cracking with that. I can see some comments coming through from YouTube, so that's good. Ooh, it's a bit crackly. Interesting. It might just be because I was touching the microphone. Let me know if it is still crackly and I will disconnect the mic and put it back on again. I actually today have been nursing a headache from about noon o'clock, I was going to say, from about 12 o'clock all the way up till about 4 or 5. So hopefully these lights don't kill me. I'm okay now, but we'll see. If I do start to feel a little bit queasy, might have to jump ship. Very crackly. Okay, let me go and disconnect the cable. Okay, so I have changed some of my microphone settings here. Please let me know if it's still crackly. If so, I might have to do a couple more settings. Typical that this happens. Roman says I can see you, but still crackly sounding. But I think that was maybe before I did some. I changed the microphone around. So please let me know what your thoughts are. No change, says Carrie. Oh no, why does this always happen when Craig's not here? Hey Carrie, by the way. Okay, let me see if I can disconnect these and add it again. I can always try and swap over to the different mic to see if that will help. Let's see. All right. How is that, everybody? Let me catch up on your comments here. I've switched away from the lapel mic over to the blue mic. Let me know in the comments. Crafty Purple says, I feel like you should have a Heavy Doodle logo on that back wall. Yeah, I actually wanted that as well, but this is actually our living room at the moment. Well, half of it. So I think whenever we renovate the upstairs, we might have to do something like that. Absolutely. Amy says, oh, that's better. That sounds good. Okay, good. So I do have my
trusty mic here, which means when I walk away, I have to remember that you cannot hear me. So we'll do that for now anyway. Let's swap over so you can see what's happening down here. I think I'm going to play with some llamas today. We have been this week making some, well, we've kind of been making some like product videos. We thought it would be fun to have like a little short video that kind of speaks a bit more about the actual products that we have, and kind of went into a wee bit more detail in regards to what way they work. So what I mean by that is talking about the fact that this has an internal cut line, or talking about the fact that this will go with X, Y, and Z product, or that it will fit inside this die, you know what I mean? So we've been experimenting and playing around with some bits and pieces, some video footage like that. And as we were recording some videos, and we were like sketching out some like card ideas that were maybe good examples of how to use certain things. And I was like, oh, this would be really cute if we had a llama card that was like a Bon Voyage card. And then I sketched it out, and I was like, I'm going to make that on my live stream. So that is the inspiration for tonight's card. How exciting. So I have got here tonight a llama from the Amazing Llamas right here. And then I have the little like sombrero hat from that set too, and the stack of suitcases. And then I have the biplane, the sort of vintage style plane, and the banner that is pulled behind it. And that's from the Flying High stamp set. Hey, Marcy's here. Hey, Marcy. Let's see if I can get this positioned somewhere. That should work. Of course, I'm using some Heavy Doodle alcohol marker friendly cardstock. It's been like uber popular lately. I'm feeling like somebody must be talking about it somewhere because it's been flying off the shelf. What is going on here? Oh, it has a wee piece of paper over it. Silly me. I was wondering what was happening there. Jasmine's here. Hey, Jazz. Who else is with us? Tell us in the comments what you've been up to this week. Anything exciting? I'd love to know. Jasmine says, I always recommend it when I see people ask. Oh, yay. I've had a lot of people say actually, oh, alcohol marker friendly cardstock completely changed the way, or changed my opinion. I used to hate ink blending, not ink blending, like blending with alcohol markers. It's completely turned things around. Nice. All right, so I've got my suitcases. And the plane. And my llama. Awesome. There's Craig home now. All right, let's color these in. Actually, maybe I won't color them in just yet. I'm thinking I might kind of work on the background for my card. So I'm thinking about turning this into a slider pop-up using our slider pop-up dies. And here I have the A2 version of that. And I want to create a sort of like a panel, I guess, here that is going to pop up my little llamas, and we'll take it from there. So my background, I think I'm going to grab some colored card. Hey, buddy, what you doing? I think I'm going to use the butterscotch cardstock for my card base of this guy. Like a saw. Hi. We had some technical issues, Craigie. Somewhat. I think I'm only streaming on YouTube. Yeah, it's fine. And my microphone is all crackly. So I'm using the blue mic for now. Jasmine says, don't forget to enter the Hefty Doodle Challenge in Facebook. You still have until the 3rd. Yeah, good shout, Jazz. Well done. Okay, I'm going to add, I think, let's put this down to the side first of all. And I'll add some color to this. Maybe sort of like a pinky tone coming up here. Got my oxides. This is Kitsch Flamingo. Ooh, do you guys know that there's a new Distress ink and oxide color coming this month? Yay! It's exciting. Okay, so this is going to be my sky here. Looking good. So I'll go like so. And I'm going to, I think, use the Arizona stencil to help create my background for my card. So I quite like the fact that there's these like jagged rocks here. I think that's really fun to create that cool kind of background. So I'm going to use that as a bit of a template for me to have a little background here, and maybe I'll make that pop up as well. So let's grab another piece of this card. I'll clean up this here. And I'll go grab my Imperial Rectangle dies. Although I feel like my stitched Imperial Rectangles always run away. Do you guys have dies that always seem to escape me? Certainly I do. I found them tonight though. They always run away to the point that I have kept the insert in this packet so it is easier to see. Maybe it's just because I use it more often. Maybe. Cut a panel using this. Oopsies. So I'll run this through the Gemini. Foremost. And then I'm going to position this, kind of line it up with my background panel that I've inked and the slider pop-up die. And I want my inked background to be higher than this middle line here. So I think around about here. We'll go with that. And I'm going to just ink this up with some dark ink, maybe just for Zers. No, let's go for Victorian velvet. Kind of a purpley hue. I must show you my latest thing. Let me bring this over. So excited. I labeled all of my distress inks this week. Technically not how you label them. But I realized I was missing one. I was missing brown espresso. So that has to go in the cart. It's just rude to be missing like just one. Crazy. All right, so this is that sort of dusty pink color. I think I'm going to bring in a bit more gray tones. Maybe a bit of weathered wood. Because I want a distinction between my pink background and nice. I'll clean up my stencil, of course, make sure that I get it nice and clean. So what's everyone been up to this week? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to know. And I'll go ahead and run this through the machine. Marcy said she needed to check back in the replay. She has to go to work. Bye, Marcy. Have a good day at work. Let me get rid of these so they fit in the bin. All right. So here we have our slider pop-up. And we'll crease these in a little bit. So I'm thinking I'm going to have a background here. I'm going to use my scissors to cut along this edge, this jaggedy rock edge, so that I have a essentially like a die cut, because it's not a die cut, it's just a stencil, but I'm going to use it as a template so that I can create a die cut background. And actually the great thing about having this jaggedy rock background is that it's not an exact science, so you can totally make the rocks more jaggedy or less jaggedy depending on how easy you find your fussy cutting. Stencil is just a guide. And you could choose to maybe leave a border if you wanted to. I don't think I'm going to. There we go. Now there's a little bit of this butterscotch color coming through, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that down a little bit more. Bronwyn says the school holidays are here at the moment, so we had some fun visiting auntie and uncle in the country yesterday. Saw my cousin and her kids for the first time in 7 years. 7 years, that's crazy. Was the best time. Oh, that's really nice. That sounds awesome. Oh, I spy another little bit. My friends actually just bought tickets to come and visit us as well, so I'm all excited about that. I think we're going to have a background like so. In fact, I might even move it up a little bit, because what I want to be able to do is when we move up and slide up this panel, I'd like this panel to go with it, so we'll have to make it finish by this crease line here. We'll have to trim this one down, but that's okay. We can do it. No problem. But I do think I'm going to cut that down a little bit. Cut off this stitch edging. Let's do that just now. There we go. So I want to create some clouds in my background. So let me go grab my hidden clouds. And I'll add a couple of clouds using picket fence. No, Morgan had picket fence earlier. What did she do with it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. And I'm going to use some of these smaller clouds and just tap picket fence ink on there quite liberally, so I get a nice cloud on here. Now let's do another couple. Looks so good. And maybe another one here. Have you guys been crafting this week? If so, let me know what you have been creating. I'd love to know. I don't know what else has been happening here. Not really anything of note. Piper was off school today though. She had a little blister thing come up on her lip. Bless her. We've been trying to get on top of them for ages, so got some tests done today, which is good. And this week, some of our friends from England booked tickets to come and see us in November, so we're really excited about that. Jasmine's working on a guest design team post. Woohoo! That's good. All right. So let's get, actually, let's leave that for a minute. Let's move on to my colouring for now, because I feel if I don't, I'm going to end up making a mess of smudging it, because that picket fence is taking a little bit longer to dry than I was expecting. So let's grab some colours for my llama. I think I'm going to colour Mr. Llama with some blues. I think that would be fun. So let's go for a B00, going into a B12, going into, what's this, B02. That could work. And maybe even this one, BG05. Ooh, it's quite a jump. B05, maybe. Ooh, it's quite dark. Okay, let's give it a go. Let me see. So let me kind of draw the areas that I want to be the lightest color. And then bring in some of these dark colors here. And I'm going to blend these out. Amanda's here. Hello, Pear Blossom. How are you doing? Amanda, did you get your new car? I feel like you said that it was going to take a long time for it to arrive. All right. So I'm trying to make him a wee bit more dimensional, I guess, by taking some darker colors and then lightening them up into some lighter colors. Oops, that's what I forgot to do. My timer on my watch. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Oh, he's so cute. I love him a lot. Amanda says we ordered it, her car. It won't be ready till November, but it's October now, so that's only a month away. That's not that far, is it? It's really not that far at all. Oh, Amanda has just asked an important question. Is everybody ready for World Card Making Day tomorrow? Can you believe it? It's World Card Making Day. And there is actually something very special happening here tomorrow because I am having a card make-off. I don't know what you say. We're having a head-to-head card making challenge, I guess, with Catherine Pooler. So if any of you are part of the Stamp Nation subscription service that Catherine does, check out that, because for her subscribers, they will be able to log in and see me and Catherine go head to head in making some Christmas cards, which is going to be really fun. Actually, it's going to be super fun. I can't wait for that. So we've got that going on tomorrow. Does anyone else have any card making plans for card making day tomorrow? Jasmine says, I plan to craft all day. that's the spirit, Jazz. A little purple suitcase, and maybe a yellow suitcase here too. Maybe we'll go for green. Candy says, hey, guess who quit her job and now can watch you? Really? Oh, yay! Congratulations on quitting your job. I'm assuming if you quit it, it wasn't working out for you. I think quitting your job is one of those things that takes a lot of guts and a lot of bravery. So kudos, my friend. Kudos indeed. Right. I'm going to add a bit of a gray to this. Try and get some shadows coming from the gray. I think it looks really cool and gives lots of dimension. I totally get a bit scared though. Anyone else feel like that? Blend it out with my darkest blue. Yeah, he looks cute. Very nice indeed. Jasmine says there's lots of challenges she wants to enter. So that's her card making day tomorrow sorted out. And she says she might even sneak another Happy Doodle one in. That sounds like a good plan, Jazz. Let's go for purpley tones on my biplane. I didn't know it was called a biplane. That was Morgan that was like, it's called a biplane. It's like, is it? I did not know that. I love this, what's this called? Buttercup Yellow. I love it with the purpley tone. I think it looks really cool. Nice. All right, we'll do a sort of gray nose, I think. Ness is here. Hey, Nessa. Sorry, I'm late. Don't be worried. Candy says it was stressful and I was doing the job of 3 people. I hate that whenever companies try to get you to do that. So unfair. They actually have a job posted now for 2 full-time employees. Just goes to show they finally figured it out, huh? At your expense. Rude. Oh well, I'm glad that you are free from that. Like when I worked in my last job, thanklessly and tirelessly, and afterwards they got me to train the new guy and do his HR paperwork, and he was getting paid like 10 grand more than me. And I'm like, this guy with no experience? Really? Really? That was painful. Alright. So I think I want to bring in some of the blue into my banner. So I'll just give it some little light streaks, as it were, to the middle. And then maybe I'll stamp it with a purple or something. Candy says, I actually started a new job on Monday, account executive at a local real estate office. Ooh, you'll be good at that. You'll be good at real estate. Good choice, friend. Good choice indeed. All right, let's cut out this little boy. First off, a llama from Amazing Llamas. Line it up nicely. Also today this week we got some quotes back from the joiner for the work that we wanted to do for upstairs. So that's always fun, getting a quote. Oh, a little painful. But gonna be done. At the moment the price of wood is like through the roof. So that doesn't help, but hey ho. And also I think people are still playing catch up. So the structural engineering people, whatever they do, they were like, oh, here's our, first of all, they took like 3 weeks to provide a quote. And then he was like, here's our quote. If you want to go ahead, let us know, accept it in writing, and we will do the work 8 to 10 weeks later. Oh, so sad. That's a long way to wait. I don't want to wait that long. So it looks like it might be after Christmas by the time I get my proper craft room. But that's okay, we can wait. We can wait. Brahman says, after 22 years, the company I worked for made me redundant, then realized how much I actually did and asked me to come back 3 months later. That's like sweet justice. And I hope that they paid you handsomely for the inconvenience. A bonus, my honey is an agent there, so I get to see him sometimes at work, and we get to have lunch together every day. No holidays, weekends, or night. Woohoo! That's brilliant. Nice. Candy says, Braun, my boss asked me if there was any wage, benefit, hours, or tasks that would make me stay, and I went, nope. Good. And you were like, oh, it's not about the wage, it's about you guys. Yep. All right, so here we have our card, and hopefully my little clouds have dried a little bit. I'm gonna find a groove, groovy baby. There we go. Oh, not too much, please. So this skinny one goes up, and the one at the other end goes up as well, and the middle goes down, like so. So I need a panel that will go across and sit on this like so. So I'm going to, I think, go ahead and die cut. Maybe not die cut, maybe just add some like green grass or something to this. Yeah, that could work. Okay, green field stencil, that's what I need to reach for next. In fact, let's not do green field. Let's see if we can do grass glass. See if we can make that work. No, not grassy glass. Do the slimline scenery. That is like this. So I have some nice grass coming on here. Let me go grab my kiwi crushed cardstock. A nice bright green. Pop really nicely against pink, I think. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Excuse me. So I'm going to need one which is the bottom end of this little guy. Let's go ahead and cut that out. Ooh, one of my doggy poo bags ran out from my mini double slider. You guys seen the mini double slider die yet? Definitely good fun. Roman says, good on you, Candy. Nothing is worse than running yourself in the brine for that. So here we have a piece which is going to go on the outside like so. And we have a piece that's going to go on the middle like this. And we will stick them together for the purposes of cutting out some grass. Maybe should have cut the grass bit first, but never mind. Never mind. We live and learn. Candy says, OMG, these alpacas are adorable. I know. And they can be used as llamas or alpacas, which makes it even more fun. Right. Now I have some grass here. What did it do with that one? Here it is. I think I can even start putting all my bits and pieces up here. Tidy up as you. All right. So this is going to go on like this. And this is definitely going to go in behind somehow. How are we going to do this is the question. I wanted to see if we could bring some of this up. In the background, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Cute. Unless we just stick this down and then bring up the piece in the middle. Otherwise it's going to catch on the way down. I feel like that might be a thing. Let's give it a go. So we want a line here and a line here. I'm actually just giving it a little press so I get an indentation. And then, hopefully, if it doesn't work, it's just paper. No biggie. You guys won't be able to see that line. I somewhat can. Like this. So I'm thinking, yeah, this can go on here. And this one goes on here. This one can go all the way up this side. And this one can go all the way up this side. And then this one goes in the middle underneath like so. Like this. So when it's flat, it looks like this. But when it's raised up, this middle section lifts up. I wanted this section to raise up too, but I think it's going to catch. Jasmine says, I'm heading off now. It's been a long day. Card looks good. Bye. So let's start sticking some of this down and see what I can come up with. So I think this middle section will go right here. I'm actually going to trim it. Yeah, I'm going to trim. No, let's not trim it. But I'm going to stick some sticky tape on it. Probably do the trick. And I'm not going to put the sticky tape right up to the top because I might end up sticking down some acetate down there. I have not yet decided. Hold down and line this up. And I'm using this bottom edge as a guide. Not that it matters too much. So can you see my background at the moment? Looks cool, huh? Let's now crease this. We want to get it nice and creased. And I'll stick this one down. Over the top. Let's use the corner of my mat as a guide here to smoosh that in there. And this is going to go right in here like that. So let's stick this down. I want to make sure it lines up perfectly. At least the best we can. Let's press these buttons. All right. So now I have some grass. I have some mountain ranges in the background and I have some clouds. And we're going to pull this up. And that's going to pull up my mountainous background as well. And we're going to have this little happy guy right in here. He's going to have some, he's going to have these suitcases right on his back. And I think he's going to have a little sombrero on his head. In fact, I wonder if I could slice down there and put the sombrero on him. Let's see. Well, I think that's just going to look better over the top. Right. Maybe down on the actual line. Oh, I know what to do. At least I'm trying. I'm going to slice down his ear and then I'm going to slice across. Ooh, maybe this won't work. On the stamped line so that his ear looks like it's poking out. Don't know if this is going to work. We're experimenting today, friends. Let's raise up his ear. And we're going to push that up through the gap here. Come on. Oh no, I don't like that. We're just going to stick it on top. It's just going to be on top of his head. That's all. I think that's going to be on top of a head kind of hat. but now we know, so it's fine. And then these are going to be on top of his back. Like so. Yes. And we're going to have an aeroplane over here with a banner. And in the banner, I'm going to stamp the happy travel sentiment from the wavy banner sentiments. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but the little banner that you pull along behind the aeroplane, this will actually work in conjunction with a lot of these sentiments in the wavy banner sentiment set. Likewise, you can put these sentiments into this banner. The other really cool thing is that the banner has been designed that you can flip it around. So if you wanted to, here it is, if you wanted, instead of a bird or an airplane flying to the left like this, and you wanted a sentiment going to the right, these have actually been designed in a way that these sentiments will fit in here as well if you turn it on its head. So just going that extra mile for you guys. Let me see if we can get this all stamped up. So this is Happy Travels. And I think I'll go with a purpley tone for this one. I've got Flirty Fuchsia right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah. So that's from the Wavy Banner Sentiments set. So much fun. Now let's cut this out. Get some fresh tape for this just in case it decides to go for a little wander. Here we go, Happy Travel. And I'm actually going to cut out another piece of card. Just using like normal white card with these two pieces. So I can double them up and create a little sandwich, because I am going to add these to a piece of acetate, I think. That's a really fun thing, I think, with using aeroplanes and birds. And you make them pop up and it looks like they're really flying. Let me go find some acetate. Acetate went for a wonder the last time. And then I think I found it in my cards. The question is, did I remove it from the cardstock? Did I leave it there? And if I remove it, where did it go to? Gosh, I hate it whenever you do things. It's like whenever you put things in a safe place and then you are acutely aware of the fact that you have no idea what that safe place is. Oh yeah, I found it. Here we go. And here I have some acetate. I need to stick this acetate up behind our aeroplane, like so. Well, in fact, I probably don't even need to stick it up behind on the acetate because it probably end up being about here. I think I'm going to put it on acetate anyway. I'll make it a lot more sturdy. Put some adhesive on both sides and stick it down in there. And let's get a little glue dot for behind this little guy. So our aeroplane can pull this banner. Something like that. Yeah, man. I've got butterfingers at the moment. So this is going to go sort of like this. So let's trim off the top of my Happy Travel. Not my Happy Travels, the acetate where it will pop out on top of Happy Travel. Like so. And I'll put a couple of glue dots just along the very top. Help grab it. And a little one just on this peak here. Like so. And I'll reinforce that banner a little bit. And make it look nice, especially when it's pulled up. Hey Bob, how you doing? All right. So now I have my clouds, I have my Happy Travels, I have my little llama. This is going to pull up like this. Can you see? And that one is going to be right here in the middle. And we need to stick this onto a card. Let's get a card blank for this. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to use some of these little teeny weeny like confetti stamps in this stamp set. This is the wavy banner sentence. I think they would be adorable scattered around the place. And I'll bring in some of the watercolors. So let's first of all bring in the Flirty Fuchsia. And I will say, I recommend that you kind of practice, because especially if you're using these Caterpillar inks, because they are super juicy. Nice. And we have a little open heart as well. What are we going to use for our open heart? Maybe maybe a bit of green, bring in some of the green from down below. Super cute. And the star, I'm going to look for a color that is a little bit like that butterscotch color. I'm not sure how it will stamp. It is shea butter. I'm looking for it. Oh, it's very hard to see. Still really cute though. All right. That's going to be my little guy down there. So let's add this onto a card blank. And I think I'm just going to use a white card blank for this actually today. But of course, we need to also die cut the pull-up panel. So let's get my slider pop-up die and die cut a section cardstock using this die in here. You want to make sure that these legs don't bend in, so just drop it down straight, maybe on both sides so that it stays sturdy. I'm actually going to do that again so that I have 2 panels. That'll make my pull tab really nice and sturdy. Here we go. Let's put this back. Bob says, "You're part of the duel." Ah, thank you, Bobski. Right. So let's cut these down. Get rid of the excess for now. Bring back my trimmer and trim off the excess. I'll just continue this line down like so, and then the little nicks on both sides, trim that off. So that's one piece done, and we'll do the same on the other side. All right, so I have 2 of these panels now. We can stick them together and make it a nice sturdy panel. Up. With a lot of the heavy dual cardstock, you won't actually need to do that because it's quite thick. With this white cardstock that I've grabbed, it's slightly thinner, I think. And I'm going to use the rounded edge to come up the top, like so. But if you wanted to, you could have the square edge coming up the top. It's really up to you. And to assemble, super easy. We're just going to take this square edge and line this edge up with the bottom of this panel. Here, this little skinny one, like that. So this little skinny panel, we're going to cover that in glue and stick this on here. Now, if you want to, you can actually add foam adhesive to this. And I actually think that makes it easier to pull up and down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to attempt to have the overhang at the bottom the same distance as the overhang at the top. Like so. And when you do that, this top line should line up perfectly over here. That means we can also stick this little guy down in there. Now we can add some adhesive around the outside. Look at this. I've got on the tiniest little bit of foam tape left. And I need to go and get some from HQ. Talk about using every last little bit. Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we use the foam strips for the rest of it? Because that's just making my fingers all packy. We'll use some foam strips for the other side. And then I'll use the 12mm foam for the bottom. Right, where's that 12mm foam? Getting smaller as well, but I definitely use the 5mm more. All right, so remove our release tape from both of these, and then we will line up our card blank, making sure it's the right way, of course, and stick this down like so. All right, so now we have a card that pops up like so. Now I think to finish this off, we will add maybe a few cacti. I think cacti is the term. Also in the llama set. Cacti, we've got a little direction sign. Bronwyn says, it's looking so cute. Thanks, honey. Let's stamp this out. And I think this little guy, we might actually add some glitter to him. Super cute. Maybe a little bit of sparkle. I don't know. I haven't completely decided yet. This is alcohol marker for the card. Oh, don't be a sausage. Nice. All right. And put this around. And do one more here. And of course, we have to stamp a sentiment in the inside. So we're not done yet. Really, but no cigar. color him in. Super cute. And there is a color in here called Mimosa. And it tries to pretend it's a yellow, but really it's a light green. We're going to blend out with Mimosa. Nice. Now, there's also, I'm hoping I'm not going to mess this up, in this stamp set, there is a tiny little face with a smile on it. And the idea is that you can give your cactus a little smile. He's so cute. And given the fact that the sentiment says happy travels, I just think it's so adorable. Look. Look at his little face. He's so cute. Oh, I love it. He's going to help finish off this card so nicely. One and two. Ooh, I should mention that we have a friend coming tomorrow, a crafty friend, Ruth, who has joined us on many a Friday night and left comments, etc. And so you never know, maybe we'll get some extra crafting over the next week. Try and convince her to join me for a live. I think that would be fun. Don't you? I think that would be hilarious. All right, so I'm going to add my little guy here. I feel like I want to stick him in behind. He's super tall if I do that though. Maybe we could add him just like this. So let me grab the itty bitty dots. And the real trick here is to make sure that you're only adding glue to the middle panel. And not on this end panel. Nice. He can go up behind maybe. Yeah, he can go up behind. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to cover my heart. So he's totally going to cover my hearts there. Okay, I'll just have to add some more hearts, I think. And I feel like I'm going to add him onto a Wibble Wobble. I'm just feeling it, guys. I'm just feeling it. But let's sturdy him up with another layer. Another llama on his back. Because nobody wants a card that falls apart. Unless it's supposed to, but yeah. I can't think of a single handmade card that you want to fall apart. A little bit of glue. Mr. Gluebert to the rescue. There we go. Now I'm going to remove this little tiny face because I really don't want to lose it. Put it back where it belongs for now. Let's see if I can find the wiggle wobble. Wibbly wobbly wobble. I don't know if I have any in here. They're big wobbles. Do I have little wobbles? One little wobble hiding in the back. One little wobble hiding at the back. There you go. I like to pull my wobble out a bit, give it a bit more dimension. Here we go. Stick them on. I definitely want to add a couple more of those like stars and things because I managed to cover quite a few of them up when I added this little guy. So just add another one down there. Maybe one like here. And I've only got like one green one there, so let's add some sort of a green one. Using Lime Ricky. Love it. So now we have our happy travels. We have our little llama. We can pull this up. Da, 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 da. And we can stamp a sentiment in here. And I think we will use from the Amazing Llamas the Bon Voyage and then Adventure Awaits. I think that would work well. Bon Voyage. And I'm going to freestyle these. Let's pop this up like that. Put something on it so that I can actually get to this area. We have a Bon Voyage. And then we're going to put Adventure Awaits underneath it. So I'm going to stamp Bon Voyage in the green, first of all. No, I'm going to stamp it in the purple. Super juicy, this ink pad. And I want to make sure it's up far enough so that my adventure weights will fit in nicely. Bon voyage, mes amis. And then adventure weights. In Lime Ricky. Awesome. I'm loving how this is turning out. And I think we need to bring in some of those little confetti pieces to really make the inside pop. So we'll use the other colors that we have going on out there. We have shea butter. And we have a blue tone. Let's do It's a Boy. And I think we'll bring in some of that pink. So maybe a little do-si-do. All right. I think I'm going to call that done for now. Let me zoom up so you can get a full look at this little guy. First of all, we have this happy llama living his best life, having a little wiggle wiggle, prancing along. And we have happy travels. Pull this up to reveal our card with a flying banner, these little overhanging cacti, and our message underneath. I love the Arizona stencil and the way we've used that to create those like floating hills in the background. So much dimension in this card. Super fun. Yay! All right, you guys, I'm going to call that a night. Roman says, amazing card, Lesley. Oh, thanks. They're so sweet. I will look forward to hopefully seeing you guys again soon with Ruth. It's going to be super fun. I hope you enjoyed tonight's card using the Amazing Llamas and the Flying High stamp set. as well as the Arizona stencil and the slider pop-up. Oh, and the head in the card stencil. I forgot about that. There you go. Cute little card for tonight. I hope you all have an amazing weekend, and I shall see you all soon. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye!